All right, we're good. Get this. Hold up.
On our way to enjoy Labor Day weekend, they've been doing it for 76 now here in Darlington at the Southern 500. Okay, DJ, time for you to go on the record.
All right, we're good. Let me make sure we're good. Test, test. All right, audio's good. All right. What is going on, everybody? This is Chase fan number 9 here, and welcome to my second live stream of live stream of the day. And tonight we kick off the NASCAR Cup Series playoffs. As much as we load this format, it's they ain't gonna do shit about it. It's staying, unfortunately. But like I said, I'm still praying. I've said last year, and I'll say it again. I'm praying for the playoffs downfall. Need I say more? Anyways, with that said, we're kicking it off here with the last crown jewel of the season, which is the Cookout Southern 500. 367 laps and 500 miles of racing. Should be a good one this evening, and hope we have a good night. Denny Hamlin is on the pole, and Chase Briscoe, who won the Southern 500 last year for Stewart Haas Racing, are on the front row. They're some of my top picks to watch out for tonight. I also want to keep an eye on others who've been good here before, like Blaney, Byron, who are good back in the spring, but they lost. Kyle Larson's been good here. Austin Dillon. And of course, we also have to keep an eye out for those who didn't make the playoffs, like Kyle Busch, Chris Buescher, Brad Keselowski, Eric Jones, you name it. So, yeah. So, Chastain, Dillon, Barry, and Bowman are the 4 drivers below the cutoff line. So, let's see what they do tonight. Like, could one of them win, or will we see? Will one of those got? Well, will any of the playoff drivers win, or will we get someone who didn't make it in get in the victory lane tonight? Well, we'll wait and see. We've had non-playoff drivers win this race before, like Eric Jones, um, is one of them, and y'all know how it goes. So, yeah.
All that we say and do, glorify your holy name. In the name of Jesus, our Savior, and all of God's people say, Amen. Here to perform our national anthem, please welcome the Paris Island Marine Band. Brought to you by Sonic, the free pizza.
Weird.
Last push-ups, night race, NASCAR playoff weekend returns to Bristol Motor Speedway September 11th through the 13th. The weekend package of a camping spot and look at the weekend arena. It's not just a night race, it's Bristol, baby. Why are you going to do it to the end?
Hold up. What the fuck? The fuck is it? Hold on. There we go.
Is that all you got? That's the smartest thing you've said. Your Waymaker Fridays at 10 on USA. Feel it the moment you hit Darlington. 75 years strong. 7,500 million just a race. It's a stubborn tradition. From the red curtains of the style to the roar of 550 horsepower machines, this track carries stories of grit, glory, and heart. Growing up in Charleston, parents were on the radio. It was the sound of hope and pride, chasing something bigger than yourself. Every corner cuts across the skill. No more of a ghetto, and each mark was a battle scar that brought its strength. For generations, fans have made it a living different tailgates, barbecues, adventures from any day. Now, as the first race of the NASCAR playoffs, emotions run high in South Carolina Center. One slip can change everything. This isn't just it's Darlington. There. Yeah. Some people just have to wait with one a little better than others. And Darius Rucker kind of goes, what a great job with that. And what's going to be the history that comes out of this race tonight? Good point. Chase Elliott told us this week the track is most worried about in the playoffs, DJ, is this one. I'm worried about Chase Elliott. I'm worried about Chase Elliott. Well, that's the case. Darlington Raceway, NASCAR, welcome to Cookout Representative Ruiz. And tonight he's here to say those most famous words.
All right.
The playoffs have come to life at one of the most historic tracks in NASCAR. If you've been watching NASCAR, you know all about it. It's Darlington strike. That black stripe on the wall, the cars are so close to it, they actually hit it sometimes. What you might not know is this wall, when you watch the cars going inches from it, it's not a consistent radius. It actually changes as you go around this corner. It has ebbs and flows, and you have to navigate each and every time you put that car right up against this wall. These drivers will do that for 500 miles here tonight. We'll go racing when we come back.
Maybe still $15 a month for premium wireless. And if you haven't made the switch yet, here are 15 reasons why you should. 1, it's $10 a month. 2, seriously, it's $15 a month. 3, no big contracts. That's actually an elaboration on point 2, it counts. 4, I use it. 5, my mom uses it. 6, you can bring your own phone if you want. 7, also your number, bring that too. 8, are you playing me off? That's what's happening, right? Okay, this is my commercial.
For some saw pickle, we saw a masterpiece. A stock smasher with grilled pickles and dilly ranch, tangy pickle tots, and a pickle-rita slush with pickle-flavored bubbles. It's called the Big Bill Meal, and it's a work of art.
Want a sleep that stays up to 5 washers? It's possible. Garlic with
Hello, She here. Welcome to a live stream.
patented water-resistant technology lockout grid for ultra-glass sleep that stays up to 5 washes. Fruity Slick and Stay System by Garnier.
There we go. Here's the starting grid for tonight's race. This isn't the leaderboard, but the qualifying results. So Denny Hamlin's on the pole. Chase Briscoe starts next to him. Josh Berry and Tyler Reddick start behind him. Kyle Larson will start fifth. Chastain sixth. Chastain's been good at Darlington in the past. Remember, he does have a Truck Series win at this track, winning the trucks last year for Nice Motorsports, and Bell has won the Xfinity Series, so he starts seventh. Austin Dillon's finished runner-up at Darlington before. Byron does have a win at Darlington, but after what happened in the spring earlier this year, yeah, he's going to go for that win. He starts next to Blady, who almost won two back in the spring, but lost after a late race caution jumbled everything up. Got Chris Buescher, Ty Gibbs back here. Eric Jones starts 19th, not bad. SVG 20th. My boy Chase Elliott starting mid-pack, so he's got a lot of ground to make up. Kyle Busch started back there too. Let's see if he can back up that runner-up finish tonight with a win. We'll see. We got Bowman back here. Brad Keselowski, who's won Darlington twice. And then back here we got Derek Kraus. It's been a long time since I've seen Derek Kraus in a NASCAR race, but I'm really glad he's back. I'm glad his career hasn't fully dissipated, or I'm glad he hasn't fully disappeared from NASCAR, especially after he losing his ride at Bill McAnally Racing. And we got my boy Timmy Hill, who finished top 10 in the truck race yesterday.
This format's so much. Night race. The past two races have been Saturday night races, and now tonight is a Sunday night race, and it's a very special one of that. It is the Southern 500, the Cookout Southern 500. The main thing is that, we are finally in the home stretch of the season. And tonight is the first race of the 2025 NASCAR Cup Series playoffs. Boy, do I hate this format so much. Boy, do I hate this format so much. Yeah. So currently, right now, usually I'd have the leaderboard up for you guys right away, but apparently NASCAR, NASCAR.com has yet to give us the raw feed for their website, so I can be able to put up the leaderboard.
The IndyCar race was good. You pretty much missed what Seems like you missed a good portion of it, but the racing was good. There were battles throughout the field. There were green flag pit stop that happened. Drivers on different strategies, and I had a feeling we were going to get a different winner tonight and or a different winner today in the last IndyCar race of the season. And lo and behold, we got one courtesy of Joseph Newgarden. After all the crap he's been through this season for both him and Team Penske in general, I'm glad he won today, especially since it's his home track at Nashville. Well, at least he gets to win at his home track in Nashville before he retires. And don't worry, Newgarden he's still in his prime, so he's got a long way to go. Just that when the off season goes when the off season happens, Penske's gonna have to do some massive overhauling and do some hardcore testing and all that, and be ready for next season. Alex Palou finished second, no shocker. Usually, when in these different winners we've had um these last few races of the season, it's always Alex Palou that finishes second. If not, he's either finishing somewhere else other than second, or he DNFs and whatnot. So yeah. Besides, he's got nothing left to lose, so I'm sure he didn't see. He's Palou saw no point in winning the race, considering he clinched the championship and all that. Fortunately, Pato unfortunately wrecked out after his tire went down, but it is what it is. So yeah.
There's a lot on the line as well. Let's check in with our pit road crew. We kick things off with Dave Burns. Good evening, Dave. So, Diff, the good news about cars rolling is the third one on the inside line there. That's the 5 of Kyle Larson. Did not roll when engines were fired. But the team knew
the engines are already fired. We are
showed signs of not working.
So, needless to say, we are kind of going to be stuck like this. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Tonight was just posted. It's reloaded, but we have a live stream here. It's going to be a bit on the lighter side this week in terms of content. More than likely, I may possibly do a short this week. More than likely, I may do a short this week. And also, in case you guys haven't noticed, in case you guys, well, if you guys are kind of well aware, as we inch closer to September, we are going to start to have a couple new games come out. Starting off with
So unfortunately, the NASCAR website's not giving us the full leaderboard yet. So just you just have to be patient with me on this. I need to be patient with the website. I am not going to restart this live stream, by the way. Anyways, well, in spite of us having this god awful playoff format, we can hope that the best driver who has been the best all season will be the legitimate champion at the end. I hope to God that that will be the case tonight, or be the case today. Here's Austin.
It is a lot. It is a lot. I may do a short this week, so I'm kind of well aware. As we inch closer to September, we are going to go on that. So yes, it should down, because there will be over. So, but obviously I'll keep you guys informed of what that.
All right, so unfortunately, this is how we're gonna start our live stream tonight. Kind of too late, but it is what it is. All right, pace car heads to pit road. Green flag is out, and the first race of the playoffs is underway. Here we go. The Southern 500 is green.
Of when NASCAR 25 will officially.
Oh no! Barry's into the. Oh, huge crash already.
Already a huge deficit for the 21 team. That 21 spun very quickly.
Kyle Busch is in it. Whoa.
Let's take a look. It's right there inside second row. You mentioned it. Great qualifying effort. That was mission accomplished. You just want to settle in. Jeff, turns 1 and 2 tight. Exit 2. Kind of the tightest part of the race. Drivers talking about how hard you have to drive these.
Yeah, Josh Berry, I think he may hit a bump. That's what caused him to
Yep,
get
he hit a
sideways.
bump. Damn. 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 How? Dang, everyone had to check up.
I only saw the second spin, but just watch this 21. A wiggle first. First wiggle, right over the bump. Then he gets loose, gets into the door.
I mean, Tyler Reddick also got a piece of that.
Sure, yes, some damage, heavy damage on the left wheel of the 21. Watch 21. Watch it bounce. See it bouncing right there?
We all know Joey Logano's going to end up winning.
Loses control. Reddick.
We all know.
Contact with the wall, Steve. I'm just not sure how much damage he has.
This format is dumb.
See, I think Joey was very lucky. What's this? Wow, very lucky. I'm not willing to
Somebody
say
else got sideways.
all the cars in front of the 22 didn't have issues. Let's see here.
Could have been a lot. The fact that wasn't a big wreck, bigger than what it was. Damn. Oh, yeah, that's up to the 8. Damn, everyone dodged it.
Contacts like this, that seems harmless. These cars are precision instruments. They're going to touch the right side of the wall all day, but that nose and front split are very important. Josh Berry had no idea that car was loose.
Yeah, those
Then he tried to correct it.
Damn, these. Yeah. Well, that'll be the first of many wrecks we have tonight. Who's that?
This is how you dollar cost operate for about the house. Step 1, download drive. Step 2.
Really bother with that so much. I'm trying to reduce the noise suppression a little bit.
Just travel more than the team anticipated.
All right. And like I said, they really hit about it so much. All right, everybody. Sorry for keeping y'all waiting for the next couple minutes. Yeah. What is going on, everyone? This is regular. This have been Saturday night races.
Right, guys, super unfortunate for Josh Berry making his first playoff.
So appreciate you guys.
You guys noticed the bottom out. Jeff, you asked about the amount of damage. It's significant left rear damage here for the 21, and the all-important diffuser underneath the back of the car is damaged as well. The teams are working through. They cut a lot of body work away. Josh is pulling away here now as they try to do damage control. It's significant damage to Josh Berry in this 21 car. 41 about on the bottom of the screen. Remember that poor qualifying effort. Well, Kim, early yellow, decided to come to the road for work.
Yeah, he hit the brake and hit the first square with his nose. So they don't think the damage is extreme. They did want to come down, make sure everything was okay, change some tires, check clearances, but not a great start after a dismal qualifying effort yesterday by Alex Walker.
Crazy stuff to the Southern 500. What a shame for Josh Berry. His first appearance in the playoffs.
What the fuck? Where's the live leaderboard shit?
Yeah, we still get we have to pull up the pro. We only have 5 hours left until the deadline, so that we'll be able to be eligible for the postseason.
MLB and the MLB and MLB.
Sonic just made snack time official with Dollar Snack Yum. Dollar corn dogs, dollar mozzarella sticks, and dollar salt pretzel twists every day through 5 p.m.
I'm trying to find this fucking live.
Eat Sonic.
This is the only attached Labor Day sale. Check limited time Doorbuster deals starting at just $3.99. And get this free
Yeah, I cannot get this live stream up.
There's no interest until 2030 when you buy in store. Only at Ashley.
For one rival, it's a celebration.
Tennessee, Tennessee.
For the other, it's fuel for the fun. Don't take it off on NBC and Peacock.
The Labor Day sell-a-thon is on at Pick 94 with a gigantic dramatic selection of performance trucks. Get up to $17,000 off all remaining Ford Super Duty Lariat Chevy Baja editions. In the Stockton Auto Mall, Big Valley Ford, where big is best. There's a reason.
So just letting you know, we don't have a leaderboard.
With SUVs for life's adventures, trucks as dependable as the people who drive them.
It does come back.
EVs to charge up a summer of no limits, and American legends that need no introduction. This summer, Chevy drives America.
And now, well-qualified buyers can get 0% financing. That's a total value of around $11,000 for current Chevy owners on this Silverado. See more Northern California Chevy dealer.
Labor Day sell upon is all at Big Valley Ford. Get 0% APR on new F-150 Explorer, Mustang, Lightning, Marquis, and Escape. Plus, no payments for 90 days.
So getting us online right now.
Where big is best.
All I'm getting is not live right now. Hopefully, my subchannel does not resolve that. Have to contact
Well, we're going slowly, under caution. It's still a sooner than we thought because of a lap one incident involving Josh Perry. But here's the encore with Tyler Reddick, and what an escape. What a save. In every championship journey, there is a moment where you have to overcome. Check this out. Look how loose he gets. Corrects, but doesn't overcorrect. It does not make contact with the wall. I cannot tell you what an amazing job that is that Tyler Reddick did to get that car saved and not turn the car and get the right front into the wall. That could be a championship saving move right there. That is unbelievable. So, while it went Tyler Reddick's way, it did not go Josh Berry's way. Have a listen to recent radio.
17 had that.
Like water everywhere. It's not drivable. It's the steering completely upside down now. It feels like middle road or something like that.
So the 21 not out of the race. They'll go back and look at it. Certain parts can be swapped, others cannot. They'll have to assess exactly what the issue is. One thing that kind of got lost in all that, Bill Yeager, 19 of Chase Briscoe, who's chosen the outside.
Obviously can't see that. Well, obviously I'm just watching racing TV, but
Ready to get going again in this 500-mile classic. The original Coleman Denny Hamlin on the right-hand side of the screen is JGR teammate Chase.
All right, here we go. Back to green.
Here in Darlington. And a great restart from Chase Briscoe.
All right, let's try this again.
Maybe that was third time lucky for Tyler Reddick. Remember Richmond, he got taken out within a prominent position, may have been able to win Richmond.
we're going to see how bad that damage is now.
So maybe today is the day where his luck has changed.
That's going to affect the long-term performance of it.
Arrested 3 wide into a very narrow end of the racetrack. The Welch with the 77 of Hosafar.
Yes, we did. We can pass the lap.
Now it is a little bit.
Great.
The truth is, you just can't give up spots. You have to take advantage of these restarts. You have to be aggressive. Back at the front, Kyle Larson under attack from the 23 of Bubba Wallace. Will Larson can see the position. No, yes, no, he does. He lets it go. I thought he was going to try to stand right where quarters down.
The Wallace with the fifth and Larson.
It's really tight. On the exit of both of these corners.
We go clear.
A little early.
Bubba's been pretty good. Bubba's been pretty good here.
Henry Cubs don't come on board for Kyle Larson. His fighting really feels that there's been a change in momentum. They're seeing the positives of the last few races, and they're looking for tonight to be a definite turning point. Well, the 23 of Bubba Wallace, Branson Spales, great car, and he's good by his teammate, the 45 of Reddick. First stage, 115 laps. Only one pit stop required for fuel, but he's good to his tires in the full, worn out Darlington.
The Wallace looking. Damn, he's up to fourth.
joined by Kyle Larson. So Briscoe, Hamlin, Chastain, Wallace continues his forward movement ahead of his teammate Reddick, and then Bell, Larson, Cindric, Austin Dillon, and Ryan Blaney, the top 10 at the moment. On the timing stand on the left-hand side there on that graphic, the blue surround designates the playoff drivers. So it's going to be easier for you to identify.
Your whole goal is to be surrounded.
But they forgot to mention, if you, like I said, when we do these streams, we tend to get some of the people watching more signs from them already. Make sure you guys look at like the stream, hit that subscribe button for the notification bell. So you'll never miss a brand new video here on the channel. And if you guys are willing to pick
Chastain up to third. Yes.
chat or join your channel memberships, just down I know I have to badly update
Howard is just one of those drivers that's really comfortable up against the wall. Christopher Bell is also, but now is taking that position away, so Christopher has to try something else.
Wait a minute, hang on a minute.
There you go. A little low. I bet you even turn earlier. There you go.
Leaderboard.
Lane lower up third two. Works pretty well.
We can be right back. All right.
Really well at the bottom. This is a racetrack. It's really difficult to maintain pace on exit. Rolls to the middle really well, but this far of the racetrack on quarter exit, you can see Reddick driving away down the straight.
All right, so it looks like Reddick's car is not as injured as we ought it out to be. Could have been a lot more.
Makes a move and a definitive move.
Boom, here we go. I got that leaderboard up.
Push forward.
When you're loose,
Here comes Bell inside of Reddick. That is for
the
fifth.
center of 1 and 2, where he just got
So
passed by
stages
Bell.
1 and 2 are both 115 laps, and the final stage is 137 laps. Yep, hold up.
Despite losing a few spots.
Well, yeah, and keep in mind when it comes to this leaderboard, it's not my fault. It's the website. People who run this bloody website can put up a leaderboard for shit.
Your point to be a little free. That orange tape on the top of the steering wheel. Nice envelope right there. Correction. Oh, another correction.
91 car making good progress at the 20 of Christopher Bell. Tell us more.
Yeah, Lee, he's finished third in the last 2 Darlington races, and he told us earlier this week the playoffs are littered with tracks like that for us, where we've come so close to winning, but we haven't pulled it off yet. When I talked to Adam Stevens this afternoon, he said, I feel like we gave up a little bit on the short run speed in practice yesterday, but that long run was so good for us, and that was a vast improvement over what we had this spring. You can see that pace right now. Bell, top 5 almost every lap, now trying to get Chastain for 4. Everyone can't be having a good day, and everyone can't be a winner. We have playoff cars basically all but Barry off the track, and Alex Bowman in 31st. Everyone else inside the top 20. Bowman did not qualify well. You would expect him to kind of move forward, but bottom of the racetrack, or bottom of the screen, you see him, he's kind of by himself, not really in traffic. It's just not the 48 team Alex Bowman's looking to drive today. It was a struggle in practice yesterday, and he was not good at all. Sometimes you don't qualify well when you have a good racing car. Yesterday, it was a struggle all the way around for this team.
Hey, all right.
You see Jeff, the one of Ross Chastain there.
Leaderboard.
Long before the checkered flag falls already, a celebratory day.
All right, leaderboard is working.
NASCAR Cup Series star.
And there we go. We are back in business.
Into the next round here in the playoffs.
All right, back in business, everyone.
NASCAR Cup Series playoffs work, but
All
guys
right.
listen, break it down for you. NASCAR is a practice system with eliminations at 16, 12,
It's all about
8, and
patience.
Yeah.
how to advance,
Who would have
win
thought that
races,
Becky,
or survive the
Lynch
crush.
would be
Outlast
the
the
fourth
path,
member
you're
of the
supposed to win the
missionary?
championship for, and you're being told it's a victory play. And trust me,
Who
Toyota's
would have
ready
thought
for a
Becky
victory
Lynch
play.
would have
Now,
become
yes,
missionary
you in?
after Bronson Reed, Ron Breaker, got kicked out. Heyman got sent to the hospital. Roman got sent to the hospital. Roman did win the match though, which I am happy about. But unfortunately, you know, they obviously had to fight. They had to find a way to write off Roman because he is filming Street Fighter. So Triple H had to find a way
Justin Haley's running
to
out.
write off Roman for the time being.
According to Tyler Reddick, feels like the left rear is towed in or something.
Are you here for Tracy? We're here for everyone.
So Justin Verlander did Justin Verlander things.
Oh yeah, we do that too.
And strikeout 0 hits for Verlander today.
At your service. Only pay for what you need.
Also, fun fact, both of the 21 cars didn't turn 2 to lap 1 today. IndyCar and NASCAR.
For the first time what feels like an eternity. For the first time.
Is that all you got?
Also, new guy. I don't know. I'm not sure how you feel about that, especially. I know you're probably still want to buy out his contract.
It's something cool you can be involved in. Scan the QR code you see on your screen or visit NASCAR.com/playoff promo to enter for your chance to win a 2025 Bronco Heritage Edition or a epic Bronco off-road experience. Don't wait. Enter now. And good luck.
Finally won 2025. Sure didn't come down to the last race.
Truly underway.
Finally we won.
About 89 laps to go in the first stage. Let's check in with Kim Byrne. Kim?
Tyler Reddick talked about how the car was great. You see the donut on the side from that first incident, and here's more radio on the team trying to sort out the balance issue.
They cheated once again.
So that roof flat got agitated during that incident. Steve, could that actually be the incident? What is causing the balance issue with Tyler Reddick?
You see right here, the 45 Spade.
Great. Moved up a couple spots, 16th now. Marcelo Savard's our next game. Which, speaking of Marcelo Savard, did you see quite possibly the craziest collabs?
But just above that camera pod is a
Possibly ever. So, in case you don't know who Ice Show Speed is,
and when it closed, it's probably out instead of in, which is normally no big deal because when the flat filled, the next guy told me
Man,
that
got smeared by Broadbreaker.
the same guy who got smeared by Broadbreaker.
to adjust on the green flag pit stop to be fun to watch on 45
Right now, travel across the America Series.
highly unusual, a real
Right now he's on like day 3 or 4. I know he was serving Mr. Beast earlier today. So, but I didn't see.
Down in turns
I
3
did
and
see
4.
that,
So we're approaching
that Speed
6:30 local time here.
and
Sunset
Carson
is
Hocevar
about 7:45.
ran laps at Daytona with the NASCAR racing experience.
Because Ravel's still working the bottom of the racetrack.
That was pretty unexpected to watch.
Good start of this race. Qualified test, picks up 2 spots. Sitting right there running with Larson about the same pace as Larson. Had a good run here in the spring. I'll give early this week, like this racetrack.
Hey, this time next week,
it's going to be, but
I feel like
I would wish
he is just relaxed and ready for this.
Jeff, I'm going to quote him
I
from
would
earlier
wish
this
they
week
no
when
longer be having
himself,
cable.
DJ, Steve,
Everything was all
Marty,
gonna be
myself
stripped
sat
down.
around with the
All
playoff
stripping
16,
tiers switching.
and Austin
There's a
Cindric
control
said, I can go all the way to the championship four, Steve. I fit the criteria better than ever before. Do you agree?
Watch the
I
races.
believe the confidence is required.
USA, NBC, all that good stuff. It'll still have Fox. It has TNT. It has all the channels necessary to watch NASCAR, even the local CW channel. So I'll still be able to watch the Xfinity series.
Let's go for a ride.
At 42 years and 192 days, Justin Verlander is the oldest pitcher with 10 strikeouts in a game since Randy Johnson. The only other pitcher with at least 10 Ks
Look at this. Bubba Wallace. We were just talking about the confidence of Austin Cindric.
The Wallace going for.
You could say we are seeing a new Bubba Wallace because he is a little more relaxed, he is a little more open, and very positive. Even with the tough run at Daytona, he said, "Oh, well, on to the playoffs. Let's go wash that off. Forget about it."
Alex Bowman is in. I think this will be the first round of pits.
Yeah, looks like 4 tires going to go on the jack, so don't believe there are any issues there with Alex. Just part of their strategy coming down the road. They will make that chassis adjustment you just saw.
It's all about lap. The 48 is running 31st, well behind the leaders. We're talking 20 seconds behind the leader. Come early. Now, you are going to be a couple laps down right here, but maybe come a couple laps before the leader gain time on the leader. It's just like that. The 19 Briscoe off the bank.
Briscoe's in.
This will open the valve right now. The leader pits will kind of put a little bit of panic on everybody. Let's take a look at this 19th pit stop, Parker.
Right, Steve, we'll most likely see a lot of teams react to this. What James Paul's done here. James Paul told me goal number 1 in this race was to take advantage of the qualifying position after qualifying in the front row. They got the lead there. They led all the way through here. He was just getting too loose in turns 1 and 2, and then that got worse in 3 and 4 when you saw his teammate Danny Hamlin get pretty close to the team and trying to coach him on managing his lap times after Jay Briscoe. He's away.
A wave of cars have now come to pit road as well, including the 45 of Reddick and the 5 of Larson, Dave. Larson hits his marks, got to keep the car running with that bad starter. Not very good according to the driver out of the truck.
Oh yeah, David Malukas was released from the hospital after that crash earlier today. Released all the members.
Also, flat and the diffuser flat. Tire changer fixed the back of the car up underneath as pit road continues. 4 tire stops up and down. William Myers in the 24, so close in the spring. I thought he had the best car, but it was a green flag pit cycle where he lost the lead by running a little long. Not this time. One of the earlier cars on pit road as Wallace, Hamlin, and Bell continue to make laps.
Just still waiting for those to come in for the first time. Here is Bubba Wallace in that U.S. Air Force Toyota Camry for 2311. This car looks awesome in the flesh. It looks mean. It's got a stealth bomber on the side of it. And he is ready for a fight.
Going back to that 45 car, Steve, I think a major disadvantage to Bell clearly was they don't know what the car is going to do now that all this is fixed, right? So you kind of gave this first run up. What adjustment do you make? Well, the drill challenge is this right here. This has nothing to do with the roof flat. Right? The Jack Daniel was under his normal course of action. They come to the left side, just has a slow stop. That kind of adds a little bit of frustration, and it's going to cost the 45 a ton of spots on the racetrack.
Good thing is we're early on in this 500-mile classic. And you go back all the way back to the opening lap, Tyler Reddick pretty much won the lottery there because he could have been in a lot worse shape than what he is right now.
We're in an interesting position with a big wave of cars almost still on the racetrack. I wonder if is it going to be a complete strategy call? They still may be stopping twice, or maybe somebody says, you know what? I'm going to only stop once, the same set of tires. Where's the second way? This is Blaney, Poster Bar, Chase Elliott in the 9, all very.
Drivers are slowly going to take pit stops one by one.
This early in the race. Just standing by, take it away. Right, you see the 9 of Chase Elliott coming down pit road. He actually wanted to come a lap earlier, but couldn't get down with some of the new cars. The cars on new tires right there. Just reporting the car is way too tight right now for his liking, especially against the wall, Marty. Ryan Blaney told Jonathan Hassler, I'm way too free to start this race, and he said he's having trouble because of that freeness, Parker, in running turns 3 and 4, right up against the wall. So Hassler going to make some adjustments here. Let's see to your point, a number of teams still out on the track. Yeah, still running, including the leader, Bubba Wallace. There he is at 23. There's the difference. New tires.
Well, 19 just unlapped himself.
Now, we expected 19 to still make another pit stop in about 35 laps. Maybe Bubba Wallace trying to play a different hand. Be aggressive early in these playoffs. His owner, fellow Toyota driver, but driving for Jokin's racing, Denny Hamlin. Pole sitter, he's on pit road as well as the 20th bell, Marty. Yeah, Denny Hamlin coming down pit road was able to keep him in the top 2. He said he's, quote, too tight up the hill, but then 2-3 on exit. A couple pit stalls behind him will be his teammate Christopher Bell.
23's in.
I think they debated that strategy that you talked about, Steve. Maybe just doing one stop here in stage 1. They said the car was way too free to be able to pull that off, Tim.
No. Nevercheck's staying out.
SVG something.
No better look at the pit crew. Artwork in motion right there, like a ballad. You see the jack Denny swing the jack around his back. Everybody moves along.
Oh, yeah, it's a Beatles in this race, too.
That leaves 4 drivers out on track back at 3. John Hunt, Shane Van Gisbergen, Michael McDowell, who have yet to pick. Here's Van Gisbergen.
SVG's in.
Here is SVG.
Really good run the last 2 weekends for SVG. How is tonight going to play out?
Yeah, Tabai.
And it's interesting. This was SVG's call to run a little bit longer.
I wish.
He said the tires aren't wearing
Getting outside the box.
That's certainly in the skill set of SVG to be able to take care of those tires on the longer run. Great look down pit road. You see the sun setting here at Darlington. SVG coming to a stop. So the car was way too tight early in the run.
Good stop for SVG.
But penalty for Brad Keselowski.
Service outside of the pit box. Hitting outside of the pit box. So he'll have to slow down on the pit road. Right here, we're going to see around to the right. He's in his box right now. Left side goes on.
Tire wasn't tight, so he
Alright, so it looks like there is over 2 seconds of fall off. So at least there is tire fall off in this. There is tire fall off at least.
There you go. Watch the left front out. So look, 8+ job.
the rookie of the year for the Indy cars here is Louis Foster. Almost said Louis.
But they tighten the left front wheel, which would have been a huge penalty to go on the racetrack.
Louis Foster.
But it's service outside your box as a pass through, as you said, at 320 laps of those. So, Jim, tell the folks at home from a driving standpoint, and Steve, you follow along if you would, from a crew chief perspective and the human resource management side of your crew. Jeff, what's it like when you know you're facing at least 9 or 10 pit stops in this race?
It's pretty interesting, though, to see how far Nemechek's going to take this.
You know, this is the longest race of the
Yeah.
year.
Is he going to try to make this on one stop or one two?
He just went on pit road.
You have to go into it with the right mentality. You have to
He's on
understand
pit road right now.
everything's going to go by. You're going to have bad pit stops. You're going to have some bad laps. You have to overcome those things
No.
and move forward. It's just,
Wait.
you go into it with a different mindset. This is a grind. This is the longest race of the year. You have to approach it just like it is.
When I read the
Tough
line,
week for the
and they went to
RA24
Kumar.
organization. They wanted to have at least one of their three in the playoffs. Unfortunately, that did not happen. Nemechek and McDowell currently leading first car off from pit road is Briscoe in third. You see on the bottom left, hit first to 23. Bubba Wallace almost a straightaway back. Choosing to run longer. We'll see if it pays off.
New to the big city? Yeah. I'm Mara. Hi. Apparently Progressive lets homeowners and renters bundle with their auto policies. 24/7 protection for all of my things. Hey, I love that you protect all my stuff, but could you tone down the creepiness? Sorry. I'd do anything for you, Emily. Still creepy. Subway's footballs are packed with protein, like the ultimate BMT, or the all-pro sweet onion chicken teriyaki, with 58 grams of protein. And now, Subway MVP Rewards members can buy any footlong in the app and get 40% off. Do them now in the Subway app.
Push guy, golden smooth survival skills. My watch is broken. You can tell time by measuring the sun's distance from the horizon. Looks like happy hour. Head for the mountains.
Turn on. Turn up. Turn left. Turn right. Turn around. From the moment you turn up to the instant you turn in, every little turn matters. And all those turns add up to transformation. If you want to turn data points into decision points,
I wish I could just watch live sports at home.
Oh, Sling let you do that.
I wish I could watch live sports at home at a low price.
Sling let you do that. Sling let you do that.
Well, I wish I could watch live sports and pause my subscription when my team sucks and still get hundreds of channels for free.
Sling lets you do that.
Choose and customize your channel lineup, or pause and watch for free. Sling lets you do that. Face package required.
Pneumonia and osteoporosis. Call your doctor if worsened breathing, chest pain, mouth or tongue swelling, problems urinating, vision changes,
and making time to eat together and build community around the table in our home. The pods-like meals just add an extra bit of magic to that experience because I don't have to think about it or plan it. I just get to pop it and serve delicious healthy food to my people, and that makes the whole day so much better. Yay!
Secure your experience now at Daytona500.com.
Yeah, and especially now that he's caught up in lap traffic now, ain't gonna be long before. Yeah, it's already down to a second. He's about to keep it us.
And here comes Briscoe. Apparently, according to people, there's chatter that there is going to be another round of pit stops in about 40 laps.
Winner here at the Southern 500.
I don't know what exactly they're trying to, Nemechek's trying to do, but
he's not only a leader, but he understands strategy and he looks at different ways.
And
here's a perfect example. You know, Nemechek started outside the top.
Apparently, Will Smith just kind of
I think they're trying to save an extra set.
So he has pitted, put fresh tires on, ran all the way back down, but he was spotted 20 to begin.
the Dodgers win, but with the top of a walk-off and check home run by Will Smith.
Catcher like him.
You want Heineman?
I'd rather get Hunter Goodman for the Rockies.
Why don't you want Tyler Heineman? Heineman is good. He hits home runs and singles and doubles, and in the right situation, triples. I don't know if he's hit a triple yet. I don't know. Apparently, Bowman might have kissed the ball.
Okay. Hey, I don't think I've ever heard a driver apologize for the language on the radio, but SVP with a funny comment there. But two, Stephen Barnes, Boise, how much
here, Tyler Heineman, what are your stats? If you want, you can have Tyler Heineman, who is averaging .313 batting average.
Be in or out of the rubber, kind of hit your line to help the car. Experience matters. You're right. You have to understand what the track looks like, how it's going to change.
18 RBIs, 2 stolen bases, 3 home runs.
I think Nemechek's pitting. Yep, he's finally pitting. Lap 60. Lap 60.
That's their entire goal for this first stage. So far, I think they're doing pretty well.
I've noticed something about Heineman. Miami, San Francisco, 2022, he was with Toronto, then got traded to Pittsburgh. 2023, he was traded from Pittsburgh to Toronto. Then he signed free agency with Boston. Then in 2024, he signed, or he got traded to Toronto again. He likes Toronto, I guess.
So right now, it's showing that Van Gisbergen and Elliott are tied for the last spot.
Van Gisbergen.
So far about William Byron, regular series, season, I should say, champion, and feeling Dave Burns very confident about his chances to be a champion at year's end.
Certainly could be, and he cycled out a little bit better, maybe one position or so during that round of stops. But was it the right way to go on changes? Listen. What he did, doesn't know if he
Yes. 2021 to today.
1 and 2. He said it's a little funky over there, so they'll be looking at this, trying to perfect what they're doing here tonight.
I love the feedback about it not feeling good on the short run yet, right? Because even if it looks better on the stopwatch long run, you have to be ready. Maybe that's something you would take out if you sprint.
Yeah, I did see that.
Wait,
I did see.
Talking about the match extension. How it changes the race car.
Yeah.
2021 is when they did it. Look how black the racetrack was. Now, today, you can hardly see that patch. It looks like it's faded and lost grip like the rest of the racetrack, but it still has a little more grip, but it's smoother. It's a little bit smoother. The car drives differently in that patch. Even though you can't see it, it's sitting there. William Byron did a great job describing what it was doing to his race car.
Here comes Tyler Reddick. This is for 8th place. And when you took Steve and myself around in the pace car yesterday
morning, Jones got by Logano.
Very decisive.
The hit list is just the daily.
You can feel the difference and you can hear the difference. So that's the light in the steering wheel for you in a road car.
It's just smoother. You know, it has
I'm a fire blazer.
And it makes it smoother and less bumps through the racetrack. Tend to make the car drive better.
Staying in centric battlement for Bev.
We take a look back there at Chase Elliott, who's currently running 17th. They started back to the 20th.
And now Bell looking to the inside of Byron.
Lost a couple of positions, but then quickly made that back out. And they've stalled here around 17th. Remember, he went about 5 laps further than the first leaders on the pit road, just hoping to make that up on the backside. Was tight that first run, then came out was a little bit loose. And recently been asking his crew chief there, Al Dustin, you see on the right, how his lap times compare to the cars ahead, and he's been looking pretty good according to
Hey, Jones got by Haley.
So that long run speed that we saw in practice.
The problem is the only problem is that Gibbs is on fresher tires. I think by like 4 laps.
Bowman's pitting again.
But if he has a long run car with so many laps left, we see if he can cycle up over the next pit cycle. Staying on the front side of the pit cycle, 48 of Alex Bowman. Once again, up to the pit road with 49 to go. I like the aggression. You know, you make the playoffs without a win. You get in here on points. I'm not saying you don't belong, but I think you have to swing a little bit more for the fences, Kim.
Yeah, but where they qualified, they knew
Wait. Wait. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh, wait. They are not going fast, though.
That was a 30-second spot.
They are not. Oh, my God. A 40-second pit stop. Oh, my God.
Average stop. It all started on the right rear. The gun either malfunctioned, came unplugged. You see the communication from on top of the box to below. Let's take a look. The back of the car. Watch this. The hose looks almost plugged in. He's checking his gun. It won't work. He's waving. Nothing happens. And then look back there behind pit wall. You're going to see in this area, somewhere down here, they're going to bring him another gun. There it is. They hand the gun over. But he doesn't feel he has time to unhook it. You wonder if the air's on or not on. What the hell? The secondary gate is not plugged into the hose. Preparation.
That's why it was over 30 seconds.
Oh, man.
A 30-second stop. Oh,
That's actually going to help Shane Gisbergen. We are really going to have Shane Gisbergen, bro.
Over. Yeah.
You're possibly going to have Shane Gisbergen, bro.
Also, it wasn't a 30-second stop. Apparently, according to your step, it was a 40 seconds.
I said 40 seconds.
I thought I heard 30, but I'm being confirmed it's 40.
The number one network choice in public safety. Learn more. Your mission is our purpose.
It's me. Wednesday hours. My meal of misfortune is now at Wendy's.
It's fire.
It's uniquely excruciating gypsy death. Enjoy the language.
According to someone, Denny Hamlin's car might have shifted it, might have popped out of gear.
Remember, when the door closes, so does the conversation. Oh, yes, gotcha. Okay. Looks like the soup of the day is tomato best.
Progressive can't protect you from becoming your parents, but we can protect your home auto when you bundle with us.
I could go tuna melt if you want to go Reuben, we can do a mix in there.
You've done so much, Pops. Any wisdom you can share with us?
I know I messed up 65. Appreciate you guys for those that types in the chat.
Yeah. Well, by definition, unlimited. That's the definition of unlimited.
When things heat up, you don't just want a cold one. You want the coldest. The cold lager,
Stains and
cold package. Mountain
Dylan
cold refreshment.
are
Choose right. Choose
in
chill.
the pit stops.
With some salt pickle.
Still in the first stage.
Jones got to stay. Jones got to stay out of Fillmore. He's got to stay out of Fillmore laps. Try to, or maybe a lap or two later than some of these other guys to try to maximize the tire freshness. So this is where the Imachek's thing is going to come in now. And Briscoe's in now. So Bubba Wallace will go cycle back to the lead.
Welcome back to Darlington Raceway. Here to see the leader of the race, Chase Briscoe, is hitting pit road. He went a little bit further than some of the other leaders, considering he was the first of the leaders.
Wallace, just Haley, Gibbs, AJ, Bush, Gregson.
I think this is probably going to be the. I think this is going to be the last stop before this stage is over. I think this is going to be the last one.
Oh, 38 almost got into the 23.
And for Bubba Wallace is complaining of a free condition, needs just a little bit more rear stability as they come for routine service for fresh figure tires.
Same Smith.
Jones is in now. Come on,
Jones, Custer.
Come on, no mistakes, and it's got to be faster than the last one. Come on. Oh, I see what you mean. I see what you mean.
Oh, now he gets the tire carrier.
Now Nemechek's tire thing is going to start to come into play now, so we'll see how well this goes.
Take a look exactly what happens. You're going to see the 38 right in the middle of the screen.
Penalize the 23 for unsafe release.
Concedes, but the 38 has to be right away. The car
Larson, Hocevar, Blaney,
has to be clear to enter
Chase,
traffic.
all on pit road.
Things could concede the position because it was going to be a disaster for both of them. I think that's the point. Good heads up from Carter. He's taking this. On pit lane, Kyle Larson. He had cycled to the lead in the test. He doesn't there to keep up with this racetrack.
L is now on pit road.
Your lap times are good. You make good chase. You need a couple more. He did, Marty. Brian Blaney said the fire off was better and it turns better, but I needed to hang on longer. So Jonathan Hassler making the call to bring him down.
Can we give an unsafe release on
slightly longer, I'll give him a little bit of a tire advantage at the end of the run, Parker. Chase Elliott also on pit road. He commented that he felt like the road crew was less mad at him on this run. Still a little bit tight in the center, 4 tires for either way, Parker. Christopher Bell keeps talking about how the car can be a little bit better, and he feels like he can.
Bell, Gillen,
I would have to imagine this is going to be the last. This is going to be the last road of stops before the stage is over.
no pit stops towards the stage end.
Yeah, this time around, Nemechek only has like a 3-second lead over Briscoe.
Look who's leading! It's Shane!
Shane Van Gisbergen!
And then second is John Hunter.
And then the 19 of Chase Briscoe, who has led the most laps in this race so far with 53. I love that shot. We just forgot how much hustle it takes to work around the apron of 1 and 2. All right, you love this 23 paint scheme right here. Let's listen to the radio. All right, sounded to me like that was either the crew chief or the spotter, Freddie Cap, saying that they lost him because of the paint scheme. So I don't know if that was some sort of communication error. Let's listen.
SPG pits, so John Hunter
Takes the lead for now, but it ain't gonna last. It ain't gonna last long because Briscoe is on the fresh tires.
We joke about it up here that we have great camera shots. But you step out of the booth and kind of do this just with your plain sight. They do.
16-lap difference.
Consistent as they once did when they had very consistent paint schemes week in, week out, Marty. See, we heard the one radio transmission.
Hey, look, another person is being promoted by the Mets.
There were several more as that run went on.
Please tell me it's Brandon Sprout. Please tell me it's Sprout. Please tell me it's Sprout.
Blue West Side Johnny.
Acuna?
Yeah.
Damn.
Acuna's being promoted back to the Mets.
Meanwhile, John on the meter check is back out in front, but on rotation.
I literally need Brandon Sprout in this rotation right now. I literally need Brandon Sprout in this rotation right now.
That's on the off season. Can we want to make a trade? You get
Here comes Briscoe.
Everybody was moving on. On the Monday morning after I won my first Southern 500, he said it was an incredible turnaround, Jim. It just team morale and spirit. He said it was a fantastic feeling.
So I'd have to imagine. John's going to be on this. They're going to try to save this. Like they're going to try to run this set out and just have an extra set later on in the race. I know he's for sure not going to get any stage points, but if he can maybe stay on the lead lap by the stage end, that would certainly help.
In the opening stage.
It's part of life.
Did you see that new commercial he did with the other RFK drivers?
No, because we don't get your commercials.
No. It was on RMK's like social media.
Price that stays exactly the same.
With McValue at McDonald's, you'll get more than you expect for breakfast. Like buy a sausage burrito and add a sausage McMuffin for $1. Because a late night double shift deserves an early morning meal. Get more than you expect with McValue.
Valvoline Restore and Protect.
Obviously, I don't want to get into the details of NASCAR, but all I'm gonna say is that Michael Jordan, you are an absolute god, and I hope to God you win this. And I hope to God you win.
Sale of the summer is even bigger than ever. Now you can save up to 30% on moving and storage until September 20th.
Enough is enough for the France family. Enough is enough for the France family. We're done. We're done with that.
Brings the container to you, and you can pack at your own pace. When you're ready, we'll take it to your new place or store it at a secure pod storage center until you need it, and you don't have to do the driving. Don't miss this bigger than ever offer.
Sage wasn't pretty.
30% today.
Hello, Dom.
Pods.com.
How's it going?
Ashley's Labor Day sale.
Wait, the cups are...
deals starting at just $3.99, and we get this free mattress.
I'm just chilling. That's all I'm doing. I get it. I didn't get a lot of sleep last night, so I'm just closing my eyes for a bit.
With 58 grams of protein. And now Subway MVP Rewards members can buy any footlong in the app and get 40% off. Fuel up now in the Subway app.
We sell products made out of paper, toilet tissue, and local newspapers. That is in order of quality.
My name is Ned Sampson. I am your new editor-in-chief.
Have you read this paper?
Uh-huh. It sucks. Well, so we are going to make it disrupt today. I hope it's not too disruptive to have me shake everything up.
Don't think so, stop that again.
God, not again.
The Bass Pro Shops Toyota Camry of Chase Briscoe. Joe Gibbs Racing leads the way by just under 2 seconds over his teammate Denny Hamlin. Well, things are going well for those guys. Story not so great for Alex Bowman and Hendrick Motorsports. Tell us more, Kim.
Yeah, currently in lockdown. I want to revisit that disastrous stop where they bled out time. It looked as though originally on the video that there was an air gun problem. Checked in with the team. The air gun was actually not the problem. Both hoses for both air guns we saw came disconnected from the pit box, is what the team told me.
Great update, Kim. Remember, these guns are provided to the teams. Well, let's take a look exactly what happened. So let's start. He's in the box already. Focus down here. These two gentlemen. So there's the issue on the right side. Look, they grabbed the hose. They realize there's an issue. It's unhooked. It's in the guy's hand. So now he goes in, he plugs it in. Remember, total confusion over here. They don't know what's going. So now as he comes around, this crew member in this area right here, watch this. He's going to reach forward. He's going to point to tell him to go back, urging him to say, hey, the gun works. He's pointing, and then all of a sudden I hear, thumbs up. He's giving him the thumbs up. But the communication is too late to go into the spare gun. So it wasn't a pick gun issue. It was the air supply to the pick gun. Once again, it's still going to be frustrating. That is something that should be checked and double checked and triple checked. There's just really, you can't have anything like this. And then this right here is just a pit crew reliving what is a nightmare stop to start the playoffs.
And while we were showing you that replay, Alex Bowman, here he is here. He's going back and forth with race leader Chase Briscoe. This is to try and stay just one lap down. Briscoe eases by. That puts Bowman now 2 laps down. All because of that. There are 2 playoff drivers not on the lead lap, Alex Bowman and Shane Van Gisbergen. Bowman 2 laps down, SVG 1 lap down. Here's the Toyota on board with Denny Hamlin as he breezes by Bowman.
Yeah, that Bowman crew, it's interesting because all the guys over pit walls only run this open microphone so they can talk to one another, but I'm betting that pit support probably doesn't happen because you never think a poor guy behind pit wall has to give instructions. What's even more shocking, like when you look at the kind of the rankings, well, right here, I mean, Alex Bowman is 4th of all playoff cars when it comes to pit crew. But those would be what I consider normal stops. What I just saw right there, you know, I'm gonna leave it out. I'm gonna wait for Paul Harvey to show up, tell us the rest of the story of what happened. But I just can't see a way that that thing just comes unhooked without it just not being properly checked or properly engaged. Remember, it's the pit stop of the day. So they had already done a pit stop at one point.
Second of perhaps 10 of the day. Parker.
Well, guys, what I love about this racetrack and many drivers is that you can tackle it in so many different ways. And one of the ways that the 19 team is asking Chase Briscoe is to have that higher entry into turn one. This was a line made famous by Denny Hamlin and Kyle Larson in recent years. And you just saw him do it there. Instead of going into turn one on the apron, which is his tendency, as he has this lead right now, about a half second over Denny Hamlin, the team has been asking him to get used to using that line and trying it out. And Jeff, you know how tough this is. When you do that line, it's like you're heading directly for the wall, and then suddenly the car catches. They've been asking Chase to get more comfortable with it because it can take dividends in traffic and when you're trying to find some speed in that race car, because his tendency is to use that lower line.
Yeah, historically here, you want to enter turn one low and then just drift up to the wall. And over the last few years, several drivers, as Parker mentioned, Denny Hamlin being kind of the guy that started it, just start entering higher, kind of like you do in turn three. Enter higher, you don't have to turn the car as much. Let's watch Chase Briscoe. This shot right here is a great shot of it. He's not down. Well, actually, he is still using that low entry. Right and left side tires to the white line, then up to the wall. Team may be asking him to do it, but he may not like it. He may feel like, hey, okay, I know maybe Denny Hamlin can do it, but I'm fine doing this. I like this. Works for me. You have to be willing to try stuff for sure. This track's going to change. There he goes, another good shot. Watch as we go down this way. Even at that, a little bit higher entry. Got to the bottom, but he stayed against the wall a little bit longer. Both things here, Steve. Moving your car 2 feet to the right, 2 feet to the left. At this racetrack can make a huge difference in the car.
It's something ominous for the competition because Chase Briscoe, who's led 68 laps so far today, said that we haven't realised our potential yet. First year for Chase Briscoe at JGR. First year with him and crew chief James Small, learning each other's language and what their requirements are and what works. So far, so good in this first race of the playoffs. Kim?
Yeah, an update on Austin Cindric currently running in that 9th position. Darlington is actually one of just 3 tracks with more than 6 cup starts for Austin, where he has no top 10s, but solidly in the top 10 for the first portion of this race. When I talked to Crew Chief Brian Wilson, he said, we look back at the spring and found here a little overzealous in the things we kind of baked into the car that caused rear tire fall off. They made some improvements. Very happy with the long run in practice yesterday. Right now, though, Austin is reporting a little free in and off days.
Richmond winner and playoff driver Austin Dillon had a good qualifying run the other day. Whoa, watch that right there. Down to the inside, and looks like he might complete the pass. Dillon had a 9th place qualifying run. That was his best in 4 years here. He said, I worked very, very hard on qualifying this week. Crew Chief Richard Boswell said, our long run setup is very good here because Austin takes very good care of the car. But he really wanted to work on qualifying. He did so, running in 12th right now, Marty.
David, countdown to green. Steve mentioned that he thinks the tracks here in round number 1 in 2025 are tougher than they've ever been for the playoff drivers. The only driver to win at all 3 of those tracks you're riding on board with. Joey Logano with the Hunt Brothers on pizza onboard camera. And Logano, they have not hit it right tonight. First run, way too free. Second run, way too tight. And then he's fired off much better this run. But the other thing, Lee, that's kind of creeping into the picture here, and you'll see it right now, the sunset coming down right at turn 3 with the drivers drive right into that. I have no idea how they see that entry into 3.
About another half an hour, Marty, until the lights take effect and that sun in their eyes softens for sure. And we haven't seen a lot of Logano for that reason that Marty just explained. And as far as playoff points for the defending series champion, he's on the wrong side of it at the moment. But early days in the Cookout Southern 500.
The fastest car on the racetrack right now is Tyler Reddick. Remember the conversation that Chase Briscoe's team was having with him about the high entry into 1? There it is. Tyler Reddick, the fastest car on track. He is not on the bottom of the racetrack into turn 1. He's using that high entry. His team is seeing that Reddick is 2 to 3 tenths a lap faster than everybody on the racetrack, and they're seeing him do something different. So they're relaying that information. It's not coming from what they're seeing from the 11 car, it's what they're seeing from this car.
Think about a year ago for Tyler Reddick when he came in, he had terrible illness, Remember in the car he was asking, remember he was asking for Tums? He thought he was going to vomit inside the car. He had some food poisoning. He had a stomach issue. The drive down from Charlotte was not pleasurable. The whole weekend wasn't pleasurable. But he gutsed it out. He battled through it. Today, he narrowly avoided a massive situation on the opening lap when he had that car broadside exiting turn 2 after a collision with Josh Berry. Jeff described it as just a miraculous save, and he's making the most of having a second chance.
That recovery continued off pit road, but under a green flag, they fixed that roof flap and that diffuser flap. So this 45 team looking kind of playoff ready. And that's how I look at it. Look at the running order. You see those blue squares, those playoff drivers, Briscoe, Hamlin, Reddick, Chastain, Wallace, Larson, Bell. They're filled up at the top 7, all looking to score stage points. Cindric and Byron also trying to score stage points. Nemechek on that alternate strategy, just trying to slip and slide those old tires to the finish. To me, the big stories are probably those that haven't, right? Barry off with an accident, Bowman 2 laps down, now SVG a lap down. Coming to 8 laps to go on the stage, Chase Briscoe. See on the left side of the screen. Look at his left side tires below the white line, getting into turn 1. Tyler Reddick, a car width higher. Just making his car not have to turn it as much into the center of 1 and 2. But that is a very new line at this racetrack. Denny Hamlin started doing it. Tyler Reddick started doing it. Kyle Larson started doing it.
What line did you take when you won the Southern 500?
Left side's below that white line.
Really?
Yes. Newer drivers are always looking to change the game, always looking to improve. Tyler Reddick's one of those guys. He's comfortable all day long, right on the boards. Right side tires, all but hitting the walls. He'll do it all night. SVG pitted a few laps after Reddick. Reddick at 72, SVG at 81. So 9 lap pressure tires. When you ask yourself why you run long, because it costs you time, this is the payoff. Now for the 88, it's going to be a little too late. He's a lap down. He needs to get the 35 of Riley Herbst and Todd Gillen, the 34 up the road. He's got 7 laps to do it. Let's see. Well, I see the 35. He's the car in front of the 11. I think 34 is even up the road farther than that. The green in the Pickles machine, there it is. So that 34 Pickleton. Now listen, if the 34 can pass the 19, that puts him back on the lead lap. So Briscoe, these leaders, even with the better cars, the older tires are fading. Look at Todd Gillen. He knows I want to get by this car. Oh. Herbst wants him to get by it because that puts Herbst in the pre-pass position. And then SVG is trying to run them both down. You see him right behind the 11. So with 5 to go, we can talk a lot about who's going to score points. But if the bigger story might be who saves a lap. Let's see, does anyone just let him go?
That 88, going to be one working outside of him. Coming out 88.
Here comes Michael McDowell up in the background as well.
And he's 2 down on really fresh tires.
Really fresh tires, too.
Yeah, really fresh. See, that's a real technical term right there. Really fresh.
Oh, 3 wide. Look at this. There goes McDowell. So he's trying to get himself just 1 lap down.
He has to get all the way to Briscoe to do that. Those fresh tires, you think like it's impossible because it's half a front stretch, but you just watch it, just how much grip they have now. There's cars out of the way. There's always battles somewhere.
We're going to check Ginsburg and Dodge to the inside line on Denny Hamlin. Able to get that done.
And he might be able to chase that 71, right? Let's see. And the 45 has run the 11 down. That race with SVG slowed Denny Hamlin down, and here comes Reddick.
There he goes on one of his co-owners. So Reddick to 2nd place. Meanwhile, look at this scramble. Gilliland, McDowell, they're all trying to get past Chase Briscoe.
And McDowell has to go because he knows 2 laps down is kind of the end of your night. You have to try to get 1 down. There's a lot of pathways back and 1. I think the 2nd one has no issue. But this battle between Gilliland and Herbst, the 2 green cars, 2 different shades of green, those next 2 cars in line, that's the battle for the free pass unless they can get by Briscoe. Herbst trying to make something of it. His 2 teammates, so Reddick and Bud Walls are in the playoffs. Riley having his first full-time year.
Well, this is going to be a thrilling final 2 laps in the opening stage because SVG's got them inside as well. That last car you see in shot, the white car, the WeatherTech Chevrolet for Trackhouse Racing. They're all lining up for a shot for their own selfish reasons on Chase Briscoe.
Oh, and it's all going to happen. You mentioned that last lap is going to be busy. Does Briscoe fight them, or does he concede? Hurts to the bottom.
Gillen's going to throttle up on the outside. Trying to use that momentum. Get alongside him down the front straightaway. He can't do it.
What's that he ain't going to do? What a squeeze by Hurts to fit that car in there.
This is like the last lap of the race, but it's the last lap of stage one. Brought to you by Credit One Bank. Here comes SVG on the inside.
And that opens the door for Gillen.
Ooh, SVG.
What a move.
This is for the free pass. Only the front car will get it because they're behind the 19.
Now he's got to defend. Meanwhile, what an opening stage has been.
Chase Briscoe, stage one winner.
85 laps led. And he went. Battle for inside the top 10. The 42.
Tyler Reddick second, Denny Hamlin third, Ross Chastain fourth, Overall fifth, Kyle Larson sixth, Christopher Bell seventh, Austin Cindric eighth, John Nemechek ninth, okay, Ryan Blaney 10th.
Let's give a shout out to John Hunter Nemechek, who made up 19 positions from where he started.
Not bad.
Finished inside the top 10, stage one.
Hey, it's Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. Now, I was looking for fun ways to tell you that Mint's offer of unlimited premium wireless for $15 a month is back. So I thought it would be fun if we made these $15 bills. You know, it's green, and it saves you money. Maybe my face is on it. Maybe back of my head as well. But it turns out that's very illegal. So there goes my big idea for the commercial here. Now I have a lot of carrot money get burned.
When things heat up, you don't just want a cold one. You want the coldest one. The cold lager, cold filtered, cold packaged one. Mountain Cold Professional. Coors Light. Choose chill.
You've done so much, Pops. Any wisdom you can share with us? There is no limit to unlimited wings. Yeah, but well, by definition, unlimited. That's the definition of unlimited. The NBA is coming home to NBC and streaming on Peacock.
In our great valley called San Joaquin,
We work the soil.
we raise our children,
We invest in our communities.
and we hope to leave a lasting legacy. This valley is our home, and we all breathe the same air.
We want to say thank you.
Today, our air is much cleaner than in the past.
And while we still have work to do together,
Through your efforts, our valley is cleaner than it has ever been. Visit valleyair.org/ourvalley to continue building a healthy future for all of us.
Ford's Labor Day Sell-A-Thon is on at Tracy Ford, your Ford truck stop. Now is the best time to get your new Ford. Now get 0% APR financing plus 0 down payment plus 0 payments for up to 90 days. Plus a complimentary maintenance plan for 24 months on these new Fords. Tracy Ford is a smart place to shop and service. Visit us online at tracyford.com. Tracy Ford is just off of Highway 205 at the Grand Line Nagley Road exit. Drive a little and save a lot at Tracy Ford.
NASCAR on USA is brought to you by Liberty Mutual Insurance. Only pay for what you need. Bank of America. What would you like the power to do? And by Chewy. For life with this is Chewy with everything. Beautiful night here in South Carolina, Darlington, and the Cookout Southern 500. That was a fun end to stage one. And while we were just looking out there, Shane Van Gisbergen. Obviously, it was an awesome effort from Chase Briscoe and also John Hunter Nemechek. There was lots going on there, and pit road is getting busy. Dave Burns, you're up.
Ross Chastain hits his marks perfectly. He told his team that it was tight as the run, built loose in, but too tight on the fire off him.
Now the running top right said, "Little tight on entry." Once the rear everybody knows it will trend that way, so they decide to leave it alone, just tires and fuel. They tell them as long as it's straight.
And for race leader Chase Briscoe, he said it's still loose and it over-rotates over that patch in turn 2. The team told the management party 4 tires away.
Denny Hamlin said the middle part of the run was really good, but I'm off all my rear grip, especially on entry of turn 3. The pit stall number 1 pay off for Hamlin. They gain 1 spot, but Briscoe wins the race off pit road.
Richie James Small told me at the 19 team he's been very impressed with the improvement of his guys, his pit crew. They're getting better and better every race this year. Their driver wins the race off.
There's a method to all this motorsports madness. A reason you do all this shifting. One thing, and battling over a bottle of champagne. The hardest this, I put it in that, so you can feel like this. Now look, Steve, win.
He's a bell, he's a boy, he's a spell boy. Hotels bringing joy, he's a spell boy. Desperate with the best perks. Like up to 20% off hundreds of thousands of hotels and a whole lot of other stuff I can't get into right now.
Looking for a reason to try the $5 McChicken meal deal with good value? Here's 1, 2, 3, 4, and the price is $5. That's everything you get with the $5 McChicken meal deal with McValue.
This is my WWE every single week.
Monday Night SmackDown, live Wednesday, only on USA.
The chicken is the headline, but the cheese is the plot twist. The all-new $9.99 quesadilla combos with chips, a regular drink, and a side of guac. Let's get loco. El Pollo Loco.
I love this car, Mom. What are you doing? Isn't it great? Mom, what are you doing? I'm just posting that you're getting your first car. Okay. Cute. The Roseville Automall is Northern California's ultimate destination when looking for your next vehicle. Find the largest selection from 20 top brands and get huge savings during our Labor Day sales event going on now at the Roseville Automall. Driven to be the best.
Some restaurants put fake grill marks on their chicken. Who knew counterfeit chicken was a thing? The double chicken tostada with real fire-grilled chicken. Let's get loco. El Pollo Loco.
Welcome back to Darlington Raceway as the sun sets over the track, too tough to tame. Carnival and the South Carolina Education Lottery are giving fans something to play for, a big Powerball jackpot. Right now, the current jackpot is $1.1 billion. Every $2 Powerball ticket sold here supports education in South Carolina. Joining lottery for some fun earlier today was driver John Nemechek. South Carolina is on a winning streak. One of its players, Daryl Fair, is locked into the NASCAR Powerball playoff for a chance to win $1 million. Stay tuned. We'll announce the round of 12 with Bristol on September 13th. Powerball, the official lottery game of NASCAR. And Marty, we are only one stage down, and we have seen a lot of action here at Darlington already.
Yeah, Kim, Marty Sider, Dale Jarrett joining you from the Peacock Pit Box. Kim mentioned it. It was an eventful start to the Southern 500, but then stage 1 kind of settled down a little bit, DJ.
Yeah, it settled down a lot, but I think that we saw some different strategies as far as how many laps they were going to go, and then some charges by some drivers. Tyler Reddick, that was impressive. Well, we showed that how impressed he was that he didn't crash that race car. I've never seen a car on the turn 2 get that sideways and not be hit the wall at some point. So just to mention that he's up there with a fast car again.
I would say if you told Billy Scott after lap 1, when all that went down, they would earn 9 stage points in stop 1. I don't think he would have believed you, DJ.
Not at all. I mean, they had a lot of issues just from that getting sideways that much. He did nothing wrong, just a victim of circumstances there. But that is right in the ship now. And it's something that knows how to get around this racetrack.
How big of a moment was that for SVG at the end of that stage to get in a position to get the free pass?
Well, looking at it right now, it was huge. We'll see at the end of the night if he can parlay and play that into something at least the top 20 minutes. But he thrown his tail off, getting back there and getting in that position.
And Lee, if you look at those points earned here in stage 1, all but one of those drivers earning points, playoff drivers. That was feeling that's going to be a theme for the entire playoff run.
It was definitely an eclectic blend, wasn't it? And there's some non-playoff drivers featuring here so far this evening. Stage 2 coming up. with 109 laps to go once we get back to racing. Steve?
Desperate times call for desperate measures, and that's where the 48 of Alex Bowman currently is. He waved around, which means everybody pitted. He stayed out. He's driven now around. He's only one lap down, but he's at nearly 15 lap tires. This is a calculated, we need a lap one restart wreck, just like we saw to start the race. That's what the 48 is looking for.
On pit road, Chase Elliott, who's been a struggle tonight. He gained 4 spots with pit stop of that team. The opposite of that, Austin Dillon, who was having a solid night, he lost 6 spots.
Good start to the night for the Legacy Motorclub Toyotas of Nemechek and Jones, both cars in the top 13 positions. Interesting stage 1. Sun is beginning to set here in South Carolina. Let's get stage 2 going in the cookout. Southern 500. Really good restart on the inside from Denny Hamlin. Reddick's going with it. Briscoe's up high. Ross Chastain has been a productive night so far for the Treehouse Racer. Teammates side by side.
Denny Hamlin's got forward momentum. Old Briscoe's going to turn really early. Trying to slide him in front of contact.
Whoa.
Denny slid, made contact with the left front fender of the 19 car.
And then Briscoe had to defend from Ross Chastain, and that's opened the door for Tyler Reddick down the back stretch into 3.
And Chastain lost his momentum. Reddick's not trying to take advantage of it. Chastain's had a solid night. Fight from this 3 kept it.
The 2:23.11 comes. Look at that. Contact, that's Carlson, Hoselar, and Chase Elliott.
There's a lot of smoke between the two. Pretty big tire contact. We'll see if there's any damage.
Like some anger.
Yes. I feel I had to start down at 34. So there's more to that story. They'll leave us on the finish of it.
Don't worry. We're looking. We'll show it to you. We can find it.
That's the fight for 14.
Might not be over.
And this is where some of the danger lies for the playoff drivers, mixing it up with the non-playoff drivers to get it started in the first race of the round of 16. Let's have a look at what happened. Here's Joey Logano's view.
Oh, we get a checkup right there. Somebody's well off the pace. The 9 needs a lane, and the 77 doesn't want to give him one, and the 9 just squeezes his way down. That's the 2 in center. So the 77 was trying to use the 2 as a pick. Chase Elliott not very happy.
Whoa! Almost around for the 77.
And now Elliott's able to say, wow! And Carson Hoselar goes up the track right in front of Chris Butcher.
Deep breath. Get your momentum back. We got by the 42. Stay by 7.
What happened right here? The 9 kind of slides to 77. 77 trying to drive back underneath him. And sideways into the back of the Nemechek. Almost lost it. Whew. Things are getting a little wild, Steve. Then he made contact with the 17 car.
That was a crazy couple of laps. Meanwhile, the teammates are still going at it at the front. Hamlin up on the wall. Briscoe, the Toyota onboard, gives us a good view. As we ride with the 3-time Southern 500 winner.
Hamlin running that a little bit lower line at that time, 2, 1, and 2. Took the air away from Briscoe. You see what he does over here.
1 lane lower, 1 back, 3/4 back, inside on the very bottom, inside on the very bottom.
He's going to get momentum on the extra 4. He does. Maybe contact in front of Briscoe. Briscoe's not going to be done with this fight. He knows where Hamlin's weak point is. Right in the middle of the corner, Hamlin looks like he just doesn't rotate. What does Hamlin do this time? I think he should go to the very top. Nope, goes to the bottom. That opens the door to the 19. Now the 19 is going to hang a left, trying to get alongside him. It's fun. That 130, 367.
100 to go in stage 2. It was a miserable Daytona last weekend for Denny Hamlin. He told us that on the radio, and you saw it. But he's washed that away, focused on here, feels at home. He's so good here. This is the 12th straight race led here for Denny Hamlin, and that's the longest streak since Darrell Waltrip had 17 straight in the late 70s and early 80s as he continues to get pressured by his teammate, the third JGR member, Christopher Bell there, side by side with Kyle Larson. Larson just gets the spot up. Briscoe continuing to fight. Now he's alongside the 11. Things get tight right here. Denny Hamlin just lifts. Did not want to leave side by side on the exit of turn 2. Knew Briscoe was faster. And look, late in the race, he's not going to get that spot up. Nothing got damage. Oh, so Hamlin thinks he had damage from some point. At the very end, there's no damage. Meaning, he makes some contact at some point. Maybe his steering wheel is off a little bit. Well, remember, they contacted on the restart. On the first lap of the restart. Yeah, good bet for that. See the red? Right. On Denny Hamlin's steering wheel, he knows where that is supposed to be when he's going down the straight. And if that red stripe is off just a little bit, that would give him an indication that maybe there is a little bit of an alignment issue. Yeah.
Now it's coming on pit road and inside this time. You see the chassis adjustment. Chrissy Claycare's oldest driver is not just starting this race lap. And it takes them about 8 to 10 laps because they left there with Marcy. Remember, they took the wave around to get a lap back, so did not stop at the station. Alex Bowman saying not turning well, it's tight. When we turn the wheel, it's snapping loose. So those 2 ends of the race car disconnected. Problems have been just detrimental to them all day. There might be a problem for the 45 and other of our playoff drivers. Tyler Reddick came on the radio and said there's smoke in the cockpit. He said, I don't know what's wrong. It feels okay. Scott came on the radio and said everything looks okay. Car's fine, guys. They're just going to have to deal with it for right now.
You have to be very careful. If you look at the left side where that damage is, it's right at the exhaust pipe. So what happens is you can crush the side, the rocker panel, the exhaust itself can get moved. So it can either dislodge and put exhaust into the car, it can be dislodged to the point where maybe something is against some of the foam or a piece of the carbon that could catch a fire. So a lot we're going to have, I mean, you see the fire out the pipe can be lit. So that damage right on the exhaust pipe, we'll keep an eye on that as the sun goes down and see if it gets worse for the 45.
Been a really solid night so far for Reddick and Wallace at 2311 Racing. And so too, the 11 of Denny Hamlin. Tell us more, Marty.
Finley, let's clean up what just happened on the radio with Denny Hamlin. He said he was way too free to hold his teammate Chase Briscoe behind him. But he was concerned they got a little bit of damage on that restart when he did take the lead. But Briscoe did tell him, I think the steering from everything that we can see is fine. Hamlin's not said a word since that moment. But there is another possible issue with the 11. Listen to the radio.
My clutch pedal is extremely easy to push in. I've definitely had issues shifting more than just that one that happened. Downshift.
All right, Steve, so unpack that for me with 93 to go here in stage 2. That clutch issue or the ease at which you can push in that pedal, how big of a concern is that at your scale?
Well, there's 2 kind of things that don't align for me. You don't use the clutch on the racetrack. So the downshifting he's talking about maybe is a gearbox setting of some sort, because you just kind of lift the throttle and put it down a gear on the racetrack itself. Now the clutch being easy to push, any sort of problem with the clutch would be really detrimental, because on the green flag pit stop, you use the clutch while setting in your pit box, leaving your pit box, all of those issues. Jeff, let's take a look at that restart. You see some wheel spin out of the 19. The 19 had a wheel spin and was getting the push from Chastain. Contact on the front, right there.
And then they contacted further around between turns 1 and 2. So the teammates coming together at the beginning of stage 2.
NASCAR Cup Series playoffs work, let Gosling Racing break it down for you. NASCAR is a bracket system with eliminations at 16, 12, 8, and 4. How to advance, win races, or survive a cut. Outlast the pack, finish first among the championship 4, and you're doing donuts and victory play. And trust me, Toyota's ready for victory lane. Now you're up to speed. You in?
One glimpse of always loaded Italian, and you'll wonder, how did they pile on so much meat? Easy. We just kept saying, amore. Arby's.
Shop Kohl's Labor Day sale and take $10 off $25 spent on more brands. From kitchen upgrades to playtime styles and everyday essentials. Plus earn $5 Kohl's cash for every $25 spent. Shop the Labor Day sale at Kohl's and Kohl's.com.
After 40, our skin needs more than just a basic moisturizer.
Revitalift Triple Power with 3 key anti-aging ingredients visibly reduces wrinkles, firms, and brightens skin.
That's a hard-working moisturizer.
Revitalift Triple Power by L'Oreal Paris. A Chewy pharmacy order is on the way for Cuda. The good boy who's just like a triple meds is matched only by his love of cheese. So Mom pairs the meds Chewy delivers with the finest fromage. And thanks to Chewy's licensed pharmacists, Mom knows these are quality meds for a quality boy. All Gouda knows is it's delicious. For quality meds at great prices, for life with pets, there's Chewy Pharmacy.
How about the new Ultimate Trio? Choose 3 apps, 3 sauces, over 80,000 combinations for only $14.99.
Now that's a heck of an option for
Applebee's new Ultimate Trio.
Okay, yes. You just don't stop here. The closest finish in NASCAR Cup Series history. Close to downtown, amazing campground. 3 NASCAR races in 1 weekend, and it's the playoffs. Now you just show me. In fact, we're looking forward to it. Get your tickets now at KansasSpeedway.com.
Seven laps to go in stage 2 here at the Southern 500 time for a Toyota driver update. Pretty easy to see. It's Chase Briscoe, the race leader. He's been out in front for more than 100 laps so far this evening here in Darlington. Strong night for JGR and the 2311 Racing. Checking in with Parker Cleveland. Parker?
Right, for Chase Elliott, he started this race back in the 21st position. And it's been slow but steady progress up to the 14th position here. But at the end of the last stage, we got some insight as to what he's been struggling with. Basically, he's been trying so hard to take care of the right rear tire of that race car. He said the end of the last run, I hurt the front tires doing that. They got too tight late. Alan Dustin responded to that by going back to the way they started this race in terms of the setup for that race car, Marty.
Parker further behind Chase Elliott is Joey Logano sitting in the 22nd position in the 22 pod. He told Paul Wolf a moment ago, I have no idea what direction this car is going from one moment to the next. Then he asked the team, can you give me some indication of steering traces and what's going on with my race car? And then he just told Paul a second ago, it is back to plowing like a dump truck. It's been a struggle tonight for the 22 team, Dave.
Well, where has Austin Dillon gone from a 9th starting position? The last run really, really tight. The car not good enough. They had to make some changes when it came down pit road. Unfortunately, that stop was slow. 5 spots lost on pit road. Entered 14th, left 19th. He runs 24th currently, Kim.
Again, as we talk pit road lows, we saw that from Alex Bowman. Remember, 3 points early in the race, they had that caravan of hose come unplugged from the box. And remember, during pre-race, I told you guys that Blake Harris was trying this track for Alex and they take 4 minutes. Well, it's been a miss here tonight. They talked about needing to limit their mistakes. They have not checked the box here at Darlington.
Many times the drivers will tell you, especially in places like this, and just how close things are now in the NASCAR Cup Series. You have to qualify well. Unfortunately, that did not happen yesterday for the driver of the Allied Chevrolet at the 48 team. Marty told us about Joey Logano's woes. The 22 is in position 22, and this is what happened with Ryan Priest just a few moments ago.
I have 20 diabetes, but I manage it well. It's a little pill with the big story to tell. I take once daily, Jardians, and each day start. went on, it was easy to see. I'm lowering my A1C.
And for adults with type 2 diabetes and known heart disease, Jardiance can lower the risk of cardiovascular death.
Serious side effects include increased ketones in blood or urine, which can be fatal. Stop Jardiance and call your doctor right away if you have nausea, vomiting, stomach pain, tiredness, trouble breathing, or increased ketones. Jardiance may cause dehydration. It can suddenly worsen kidney function and make you feel dizzy, lightheaded, or weak upon standing. Genital yeast infections in men and women, urinary tract infections, low blood sugar, or a rare life-threatening bacterial infection between and around the anus and genitals can occur. Call your doctor right away if you have fever or feel weak or tired, and pain, tenderness, swelling, or redness in the genital area. Don't use if allergic to Jardiance. Stop use if you have a serious allergic reaction. Call your doctor if you have rash, swelling, difficulty breathing, or swallowing. You may have increased risk for lower limb loss. Call your doctor right away if you have new pain or tenderness, sores, ulcers, or infection in your legs or feet.
Jardiance is really swell, the little pill with the big story to tell.
Subway footlongs are packed with protein, like the Ultimate BMT or the All-Pro Sweet Onion Chicken Teriyaki, with 58 grams of protein. And now, Subway MVP Rewards members can buy any footlong in the app and get 40% off. Fuel up now in the Subway app.
Turn on, turn up, turn left, turn right, turn around. From the moment you turn up to the instant you turn in, every little turn matters. And all those turns add up to transformation. If you want to turn data points into decision points, turn deadlines into finish lines, and turn possibilities into profits, then turn to Trimble. Confidence at every turn.
We sell products made out of paper, toilet tissue, and local newspapers. That is in order of quality.
My name is Ned Sampson. I am your new editor-in-chief.
Have you read this paper?
It sucks. But we are going to make it better.
I hope it's not too disruptive to have me shake everything up.
Stop being so fast that the day you.
God, not again.
It has been an eventful night for the Hurricane. Carson Hocevar. We showed you earlier he was involved in multiple incidents with different drivers, Chase Elliott being one of them. This was a few moments ago. Look at this for a save.
Yeah, big save. Obviously way too loose.
And this.
And that was actually the save. It looked like it was going to be another red, another spin. And then ultimately, this is the time it just comes around on him. His teammate right behind him, Mr. Daly.
It's looking on that view.
Logano was worried he was going to be in a wreck, but he was glad the caution was coming out. Big of a struggle was it then for the 22 car. He was loving a caution coming out, give him a chance to work on this race car.
So we had that
Worst driving race car I've ever driven. I can't drive it anymore.
Oops. Steve, what would you say to your driver if he said that?
I'm not allowed to say that on television.
Copy.
You hear that a lot, you know, but the truth is, I love to pick on him, tell you he's young, 22 years old, 71 starts. But I've been told that by Hall of Famers. I've been like, from his perspective, that's what he believes. I think the true answer to your question is, okay, I understand that. Is it as clear as what it looks like? I'm just out of control, loose. Like, what do we need? I know it's bad, but worse driving doesn't, I don't know what knob to turn to fix bad driving. Like, how is it driving bad? You have to calm it down. You have to understand that this challenge in Darlington we talked about all day, it started the pre-race, it kind of accentuates everything. So if you have the ability as a crew chief to get down, get a cup, drink of water. So I try really hard to not push the button on my radio.
Here's that was the Morgan onboard of Kyle Busch. Kyle runs in 16th. This is the triple onboard view from Brian Priest. We showed you that a little earlier. And we do have to say the initial portion of the race was caused by Josh Berry spinning on exit of turn 2. Josh has got back out on track, albeit some 119 laps down. But the Wood Brothers Ford is back out there and continuing the fight. Dave Burns, take it away.
You saw Ross Chastain right there running second and running fast. His car is good, but a little tight in places, but really not bad for this point in the race at Darlington. Yeah.
We're trying to run in top right. Seems like it's a little tighter as the track pulls off, especially as the entry, so help them out with a little air pressure adjustment. No reports of smoke in the cockpit, Parker.
That's not the case with Chase Briscoe. He said it's ever so slightly.
too loose as he pulls away, Marty.
Willie Hamlin's team with a little bit of problems there, Parker. You see him having to swing back around to the left side to get that left rear tight, and now they fumble the rip. Hamlin's taking the car way too free, and look at all those spots the 11 is going to lose here on pit road. This team has been so consistent all year long, but had a rough day at Richmond a couple of weeks ago, and now we see him have to push him off of that clutch issue. Also behind him, you see Carson Hostevar backwards in his pit stall. They can make that stop there.
Well, you see the 11 slides forever getting into the pit stall, which seems okay, but then right there, timing issue on the right rear, the jacket's dropped, it's not tight, they come over, they jack it up. Oh, now they're just slow. We dropped the round wrench. Takes forever to do the adjustment. You go from a top 2 or 3 race car to nearly the last car on the lead lap with running fourth because the outside the top 2.
When my doctor gave me Breztri for my COPD, I noticed things changed. Breztri gave me better breathing starting within 5 minutes. It also reduced flare-ups.
Breztri won't replace a wrestle inhaler for sudden breathing problems. It is not for asthma. Tell your doctor if you have a heart condition or high blood pressure before taking it. Don't take Breztri more than prescribed. Breztri may increase your risk of thrush, pneumonia, and osteoporosis. Call your doctor if worsened breathing, chest pain, mouth or tongue swelling, problems urinating, vision changes, or eye pain occur.
Ask your doctor about Breztri.
Push Guy, cold and smooth survival series. If you encounter one move, chances are there's a pack nearby. Fortunately, the same applies to beer. Headed to the mountains of
Need the IHOP Health Faves value menu. Everything's just $6. With the breakfast faves combo, $6. French toast breakfast, $6. $6 for all this and all that. That's a lot of breakfast for $6. Weekdays at IHOP.
You don't have to be like Leah. You're not like him.
Thinking of bringing you in a bit more.
What is it, Jared? I've heard enough. Should have said on the other chance.
USA Friday at 10 on USA.
In Northern California, an honest day's work requires a truck to help carry the load. Get the best deal on a Silverado during the Work Hard, Save Big event at Chase Chevrolet, where honesty drives the deal. No hidden add-ons, no inflated accessories, no games. Just real people and real prices from the #1 Silverado dealer in the Valley. And for your current vehicle is rising. Get its true value from the people you trust at 99 in Hammer Lane. Chase Chevrolet. Buy into it.
Where does the journey begin? It starts with a sense of exploration and discovery, a place where tension fades and fun takes flight. With the excitement of chance in every spin, moments become memories. The journey begins at Black Oak Casino Resort. Above it all.
Exciting careers are available now nationwide, ensuring the U.S. Navy has its next generation of submarines. If you're looking for a stable, impactful career, visit buildsubmarines.com. We build giants, because it takes one to build one. Boy, oh boy, pit road was eventful. Check this out. Mark Hostevar coming in good box. He's hitting the 20 of Bell. Big contact. The 20 has real damage. That's the 72nd coming in after that expansion. Very fortunate no crew members for her, but listen to this. And you mentioned it, very big damage to the right front. So bad stops in the 11. They also had a slow stop in the 23. And damage, big damage to the right front of the 20 of Bell. We are still 25 or 30 laps halfway. Welcome to the Southern 500. And right in front of Christopher Bell is the 43 Dollar-Tree Toyota of Eric Jones. Not in the playoff, but he's a two-time Southern 500 winner. Let's go. We're back to racing. And Ross Chastain wants to take the fight to Chase Briscoe. Jones is on that low line in the green and white car. The quiet achiever of this front pack has been the one, the Trackhouse Chevy of Ross Chastain, who goes to the lead. Oh, he's going to slide up in front. Here's a little defense right there. 2 years ago, Chastain is not making that move. He's just clearing as he's flying his spotter, Ross Chastain. He told us earlier this week last year, missing out on the playoffs was brutal. He said first it was anger, and then I had to carefully manage turning anger into motivation. He said, I will not let myself miss out on the playoffs this year. He has not, and now he's scrapping for the lead, and it's got Eric Jones with him, though. Here comes the Legacy Motor Club Toyota. Oh, the one tries to run him down the hill. Fire out the pipes. These two sorted out. Look at the names on the left. Allmendinger running 7th. Nemechek up to 9th. So Legacy Motor Club, your point is it's not just Jones. You mentioned it. A two-time winner here at this racetrack, but both cars showing speed. Great to see AJ Allmendinger up there for Colwood Racing. AJ told me yesterday he never liked, sorry to upset you, Jeff, he never liked Darlington Raceway until recent years in the Xfinity Series where he started to do better, and he said, I had a mind shift on the place, and then I fell in love with it. And he said, we've got 10 races to go. Neither Corwin car made the playoffs. We've got 10 races to go to show everyone how good we can be. So it's a positive start for the Dinger in 7th. Denny Hamlin trying to recover from that just painfully slow pit stop all the way back at 23rd. How about right in front of him, that 12 of Ryan Blaney. We showed the spin of the 20 to 77. Well, that got parked right in front of Blaney. So Blaney couldn't get out of his pit box. So see right here, Blaney, he's trying to lead. The 20 gets sent, catches the 77. And look what happens. Blaney's done. Oh, he gets on the brake. Good news, no damage. Bad news, he's staring at the 77, staring at him. It's wild how, hey, watch this. What are you going to do? He goes to lead. That's all you can do. I mean, can't be in denial, right, Steve? You got to just accept the situation. But it's wild. I mean, we sit down with drivers every year before this race, and all 16 tell us, I just got to have a clean race. I got to execute. Got to have everything go right. And then this happens. The first race of the playoffs is always chaotic. How about the Jack fan from Spire Motorsports on the 77? He had cat-like reflexes with the jack in hand to jump up and pivot and turn away from danger.
You see right there, Jonathan Hassler, the gentleman with the black baseball cap sitting in the middle. Blaney and Jonathan have won a championship together. Their demeanors are very, very similar, just kind of soft-spoken. The Purdue guy, Indiana guy.
There's NBDs and they're 19. Right? Have a clean race. He doesn't have the pace that some other guys have. But no trouble. Have a clean race and leave here and see what you got. He knows that people are expecting him not to make it through to the next round of these playoffs. And he wants to prove those people wrong.
This is going to be a fascinating little run here. 66 to go, 8 laps on the tires. There's some people that are probably going to pit with tires on in the middle. There's some guys that are probably going to run this all the way out. And I just ask myself, what do you do if you're a Hamlin and Byron who have lost that track position, or a Ryan Blaney there in the 12th car compared to the leaders? A non-playoff guy like Eric Jones, you can kind of bring it, right? You can just be a little bit less tight. Understand that they have more to lose than you do.
That burns.
And you guys have been alluding to it all night. Legacy Motor Club looking good for the 42 and 43. When I talked to the 43 crew chief, Ben Baker, this morning about Eric Jones' chances, he said, absolutely, we're improving in the right direction. And what Jones does so good here is keeps the tires underneath the race car, keeps them good for the entirety of the run. I said, did you ever get the winning feeling that he's had here before? He said, not really, but we think we can get there. I think they've gotten it right in front of him. Ross Chastain running so well. The one car was asked this week where he thought their strengths and weaknesses were. He said, I have to think about it. Let me see if we have speed first. Answer tonight, yes. And then execution. And then we see what we can do with strategy.
I want to tell you about a nice gesture from the Legacy Motor Club team for a fallen member of the local sheriff's office. John Hunter Nemechek recently visited the Darlington County Sheriff's Office, and the day after he made that visit, one of its officers, Devin Mason, was killed in the line of duty here in Darlington. A really sad set of circumstances. So both cars, the 42 and 43, are carrying commemorative decals for that fallen officer. A lovely gesture. Marty?
Lee continuing to watch that battle for second. Let's check in on Christopher Bell. He restarted 6th. That is another spot that Bell is losing back to 14th. So is there damage from what happened on pit road? Listen in.
We need some pictures. If the picture guy's listening, we need pictures now. Do anything hard or can you tell? It's fucking an inch of gone across the 60, 30 inches long on the right front below the headlight. The wheel still feels normal.
So, Steve, I'll direct you to that 20 on the left-hand side of the front of the car for Christopher Bell. He has said he's very loose, and Adam Siemens just told him a moment ago, I think that damage is really affecting us. So if there is a 6-inch hole on that left front or right front, you see it right there, what's that going to do to the car for Bell the rest of the night?
So I'm not as concerned about where the 20 is worn out. I'm way more concerned down here on the splitter. That right there is the absolute major problem. The majority of the downforce on this car is about airspeed underneath the car. Anything upwind that disturbs that air is a major issue. So it could either slow the air down, killing the diffuser, shutting total downforce off, or rear downforce, and that is nearly impossible. That is a formed piece of carbon fiber. Jeff, you might be able to tape it, smooth it up, but this 20 car is going to want, they want yellows, right? They just want to be able to come down pit road and work on it now that they know they don't have the car running 14. Unfortunately, this is kind of at a green style race. We'll see what the 20 can do as the sun continues to set. And even if they get a lot of yellows, as he said, how much can they really repair? It's a very difficult part to work on. See right here, Reddit, get 5 Chastain, Jones 5 Chastain. Prior to that Ozabar spin, 10 at the top 11 were playoff drivers. Now there's only 5 in the top 11. It has completely jumbled up the playoffs, and here they are, 2 playoff drivers, the 45 and the 1. Oldest Gastero is kind of not running the top. He's like a little bit down because he's trying to get some clean air. He doesn't want to follow the 43. The 45 like, man, I need, you know those 4 feet you use? I need those. I need those 4 feet. He's got to share.
Chase Briscoe leads by more than 4 seconds. He's led 133 laps. That's more than he's led any other race this year. It has been a great night now under the lights for the 19.
Good day, everybody. That's the spirit. Having lots of fun. That's why the Homes.com network just hit 100 million visitors. So we're throwing a party now with a go-to site for home shoppers.
You don't think this is a little over the top?
Over the top. It's 100 million, Marcy. That's a pretty big deal.
Yeah, we get that every month.
Excuse me?
What are you going to do? Throw a party every month?
Party every month, everybody! I don't change the song. Homes.com, the place to find a place.
Sonic just made snack time official with Dollar Snacky Out. Dollar corn dogs, dollar mozzarella sticks, and dollar soft pretzel twists every day from 2 to 5 p.m. Sonic Snacky Out. Live free, eat Sonic.
Lima Limo at your service. Here to help you save hundreds by customizing your car insurance with Liberty Mutual. Probably should have gone the other way. Only pay for what you need. Liberty, 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 Liberty. You've done so much, Pops. Any wisdom you can share with us?
There is no limit to unlimited wings.
Yeah, but by definition, unlimited. That's the definition of unlimited.
It's been a fun summer, but back to school is finally here. Make sure you get a free 5G phone and real unlimited data from Straight Talk, so you can show Grandma their new sneakers. Stream the last lap of the race, and order some last-minute school supplies while the kids enjoy the last moments of summer. Switch to Straight Talk and spend less on wireless with a free 5G phone on us, on America's most reliable 5G network. Straight Talk, official partner of NASCAR. Find us at straighttalk.com and Walmart.
Did you know people are 90% more likely to eat breakfast when they're with their crew? And at Wendy's, you can all have 2 of your select faves for just $3. Everyone gets what they want. Yeah, I totally made up that stat. $3 breakfast? Gotta be Wendy's.
For one rival, it's a celebration.
What a team! What a season!
For the other, it's fuel for the fire. Cowboys, Eagles, NFL kickoff Thursday on NBC and Peacock.
53 laps to go in stage 2 here in the Cookout Southern 500. Lee Dippy, Jeff Burton, Steve Latarp with you under the lights here in South Carolina. On board with thanks to Hunt Brothers Pizza, Joey Logano, who was doing Joey Logano kind of things. Not long ago, he was 22nd. He now runs 15th and pressuring Christopher Bell. However, he's got his teammate on the low side there. There's Austin Cindric.
Three drivers, couldn't run three different lines. Showed you all the different options. William Byron trying to work his way up from the back. Austin Dillon had that pit stop, earlier. And Bell's damage has slowed the 20 down, and he kind of has it stacked up behind him. The 22, the 2. If you look behind the 2, there's the 7, bottom of the screen, the 12 of Blaney. They are just stacked up, and patients are going to wear thin between these 5 cars very quickly on the bottom of the screen. 2 wide, 2 deep. And behind those 4 cars, the 11 of Hamlin, wondering what has happened to his race car now that he's lost track position. '24 of William Byron running 21st after a slow pit stop, Dave.
Yeah, Steve, let's show everyone what happened on that pit stop from Williams' onboard camera. Came in and, boy, you see him almost get into the wall right there. Leaving his pit stop, they're like, whoa, hey, come back. That wheel is not installed correctly. Good catch by the team, but that cost him time on pit road. Now he's released. Tire carrier saying go. When he got back into traffic, though, he had this report on the car.
All right, mark your rhythm here. Take your time. Ball out front. Take the plow box. Now we're going forward.
Plow box, yes indeed. And Brandon Lyons, the spotter, just trying to encourage him one at a time. So far, Williams got 2 back, but he's still keeping traffic.
He was running 10th when all that happened and fell to 22nd. Could have been a lot worse. He did a good job of recognizing it.
See what happens next week for these prominent players that have had these kinds of incidents on pit road. A lot of extra video review. What happens from the crew chief's point of view?
Yeah, I think a lot of it tonight seems to be really just execution errors. It's the pressure of the playoffs. And I think that would be my story. It would be, hey, we got away with it. It wasn't perfect, but we're now in the second race of the playoffs. We're still in this battle. That would be kind of my mindset. These guys have been great up and down pit road all year long. It's kind of, we have to get back to what got us here. So Joey Logano putting a lot of pressure on Christopher Bell. Finally drives to his left rear.
So make sure we clear.
Watch how close this is. No contact. Just good hard racing. Shot to the 2 playoff cars. Didn't want to be racing that hard at 14.
No, but when Joey sits down, it's a lot better than in the low 20s. So, Chase Briscoe, Tyler Reddick, Ross Chastain, Bart Larson. 4 playoff drivers in the top 5. You see the blue boxes there. That's what designates that. Then you go back to Chase Elliott. He's in the 10. That's a lot better than where the 9 was previously. And then Bubba Wallace, Joey Logano in 14, Christopher Bell 15, Austin Cindric 17, Blaney, Shane Van Gisbergen on the lead lap and in 20th and ahead of the regular season champion.
Just past halfway in the race. We're closing in on about halfway since the last restart to the end of this stage. So if anyone is going to hit pit road, I think there's a chance you can stay out. But if you are going to pit, Parker, I expect it for the next 5 laps.
Right, but we had big issues with the leader there. Chase Briscoe, take a listen to his radio.
Yeah, all pit recording is really cool. You're off. Banana 12 days and 14 1. Just double check, make sure that alternator is on here.
They then came back because he gave another update about the voltage. They told him to turn his helmet fan off right now. So basically, he's got no cool shirt, no helmet fan in the Southern 500 most ruined races of the year. And he's lost about 2 seconds of his lead, Marty. Big problems with the Chase Briscoe in that team.
45 to go here in stage 2 of the window openings for the leaders to come down pit road. Ryan Blaney kind of lost his track position. Said you can definitely tell the track is changing. It's getting a little bit tighter, Dave.
Kyle Larson rolls into his pit stall. Better this run so far was a report a few laps ago. Coming in here, no major changes. 4 tires for the 5 car. The 24 now up pit road. The first stall in for William Byron. They'll see if they can have a clean stop this time for the 24 driver as he'll be on and off of pit road.
Much calmer pit road than what we see at the yellow flag conditions. But
don't let the time to school you apparently, Dave, would be even more costly under green.
So tight to the driver of the 3-car, trying to get that car freed up as the night moves along here at Darlington. And the one across Chastain on pit lane as well. This driver does have a loose race car. The one on top, Chastain said it's been the same loose this entire run. Yeah.
Tyler Reddick on the bottom said it's just a little too tight, not extreme, but wanted to be freed up. They did make an air pressure adjustment. You see his teammate of the 23, Bubba Wallace, kind of the opposite. He said I need more stability. It's starting to act like it did in practice. Just need to tighten up, Parker.
The race leader, Chase Briscoe, is now hit pit road. The team asked him if he really possibly had his radiator fan or anything else on inside that car. They deal with this voltage issue in real time right now, and assessing what's happening in that race car. His only report handling-wise is it's still a little bit loose, but since for the last few laps, all they have talked about is the issues with electricity, Marty.
What part for much more in the game? For Joe Logano, he said the car needs to be tightened up just a little bit, making some progress towards that top 10. And you got to wonder if the conditions changing is really playing into the 22's hand. They're going to make some adjustments here as he comes to pit road. Right behind him, Shane Van Gisbergen coming to pit road as well. He's hit the wall pretty hard about 5 laps ago. And at the very front of pit road, Kenny Hamlin said, quote, I'm dead in the water. Just could not move once he lost that track position.
Far more effective stop from the 11 team. So to the 45, the 23, and the 19, all good smooth stops with 41 laps to go in stage 2.
I was wondering if the 45 and the 19 were going to swap positions because the 45 came early, but I'll have to give this 19 crew credit. Really good work on and off pit road. Even running longer, he's able to maintain the lead. But I will tell you, Parker is continuing to update us on the voltage issue to the 19. There is 177 to go. That could be a lot of racing. If the alternator has failed on this 19, then I don't see a battery making the rest of this race on its own without any sort of charging. Even if you shut everything else off, not only is that going to hurt the performance of the driver of the car, at some point you have to be concerned that you just won't make it to the finish.
The only good thing for Briscoe is this is an unnormal cool night. It is not normally this cool. It's always so hot here. We've had cool temperatures here at Darlington, and that is an advantage with all of those cooling devices turned off.
Well, the race started at 80 degrees. It's down to 73 degrees now here in Darlington. Christopher Bell decides it's time to head to pit road. And so to Austin Cindric. Keep standing by.
Yeah, Austin Cindric is reporting it still feels a little bit disconnected on that 2-car loose overall, especially since the start of the run. They will make a slight adjustment on that Ford, Marty.
Tim Steve mentioned that they would love to make some repairs to Christopher Bell's car, but they just cannot do it because they're pitting under green here, so they cannot fix that damaged splitter. They would love to have had a caution there. They're not going to get it. Now, Danny Simmons just told the crew, regular stop. So no fixes here to the 25 stop. So again, that splitter damage is still going to be there for Bell.
Yeah, you can just see the damage they're really wanting to work on tonight. Chase Elliott stays on the racetrack. Currently has about 21 seconds over Briscoe, who is the last car to pair, 37 to go. He's definitely not going to be able to hold Briscoe off, but you just have to ask yourself, is Elliott trying to just run long, or are they going to run the entire state at 37? Okay, this time, that makes more sense. They were hoping to get a little bit of a lucky yellow. They have a bunch of cars trapped a lap down, including this guy, Kyle Busch, driving by him right now with the new tires. Let's take a look at this 9 car. Jeff, one of the hardest pit roads to enter. Take us through how he needs to do it.
You gotta enter really slow, lift earlier than you would on a normal lap. Very low grip here. Lots of debris on the apron of the racetrack. Make sure you get turns. Pit road speed starts right there.
He was 10th before the pit cycle. He's definitely going to lose time by running long here, but he will have fresh tires at the end of this run. If it goes green, it may pay off. A lot of trouble on pit road, Parker. Let's see how this Napa number 19 does it.
Right, team, we'll see if they can make up for that time on the back end by going longer here. Chasing that run was trying some different things down in 3 and 4. He told the team, just trying to find more performance in terms of changes. He said, I'm not sure I really want much more. And then came on and said, maybe a little bit more turn for that 9 cars their way here. We'll see what he cycles out.
Man, 9.3 is a great start.
Been a much better second stage than the opening stage. for the 9 crew at Hendrick Motorsports, but it's still Chase Briscoe who's dominating this Southern 500.
Change is